His punching power would be the envy of any heavyweight. He has an amazing record with no losses, and he knocks out almost every opponent he faces. The name of this monster is Gervonta Davis. The Tank crushes and intimidates everyone in his path. So let's take a look at Gervonta Davis's most terrifying moments. Number 1. Gervonta Davis versus Jose Pedraza. This matchup against the Puerto Rican boxer on January 2017 was the biggest challenge in Gervonta's career at that time. The American approached his first title fight on a streak of 16 consecutive victories. Pedraza was also considered an undefeated fighter, with a winning streak of 22 freaking fights. For Jose, it was his third defense of the IBF world title in the super featherweight division. At the first opportunity, Tank tied up his opponent in a clinch, changing the pace of the fight. By the midpoint of the bout, Jose was extremely exhausted. Gervonta looked truly intimidating. He was beating his opponent as if Pedraza was just a regular punching bag. And by the 7th round, he posed no threat to Davis. In the 7th round, the Tank continued his assault. He cornered Pedraza against the ropes and delivered his first career defeat with a hard right hand. Jose fell backward, flew over the ropes, and nearly fell out of the ring. That evening, Gervonta made a loud statement about himself as a boxer who could potentially intimidate the entire division and also earned his first belt.
And I showed tonight, I'm a dog, and I will continue to be a dog. And, I'm going to continue to listen to my team, and we're going to take over boxing. Thank y'all.
2. Gervonta Davis versus Liam Walsh. The title fight became the main event of the boxing evening in London. The match itself didn't last particularly long. From the very first minutes, it was clear that Gervonta had no intention of prolonging this fight. He confidently took the lead and pushed the pace to force Liam into making mistakes, punishing him immediately. As it turned out, Walsh was not prepared for such a high tempo. Despite the fight not being dominated by the champion, by the 3rd round, Davis managed to stagger his opponent. The referee counted a knockdown for Walsh, but it seemed he hadn't fully recovered. Another attack from Davis forced the referee to stop the fight. Number 3. Gervonta Davis versus Francisco Fonseca.
Davis, man, he's a force to be reckoned with. He's young, he's hungry, hard to stop, that type of momentum.
So. He's hungry, man. That's what he said.
Yeah.
What you think?
I don't know who the other guy is, but obviously you gotta cheer for Tank because he's a hometown guy.
You gotta cheer for Tank, man.
The undefeated Davis, considered the most promising boxer under the mentorship of Floyd Mayweather, was stripped of his IBF title at Friday's weigh-in after exceeding the limit by 2 pounds. This deprived the 22-year-old fighter the chance to make his second title defense, which he had won 7 months earlier, and gave the ranked underdog Fonseca a chance to win the unexpectedly vacant belt. Davis had a noticeable advantage, and in the 8th round, he staggered his opponent and began finishing him off, and Fonseca ended up on the canvas, signaling a hit to the back of the head. The referee counted him out, and Fonseca did not get up before the count ended. Thus, the fight was stopped. Number 4. Gervonta Davis versus Jesus Cuellar. Davis had no intention of stopping at just one title. The American made one successful defense of the IBF belt, but lost it due to failing to make weigh-in before his final fight with Francisco Fonseca. The Tank finished the Nicaraguan boxer, but the title was not returned to him. However, Davis was soon given a chance to fight for the vacant WBA super title. In April 2018, it turned out that the Tank had a title bout against Jesus Cuellar. Few believed in Jesus' success. Gervonta confirmed his status as the clear favorite by defeating yet another opponent in less than 9 minutes. At the end of the 3rd round, the Argentine was knocked out for the first time in his career. Davis that evening secured a quick and easy victory, winning his second championship belt in the featherweight division. Number 5. Gervonta Davis versus Hugo Ruiz. The fight ended as soon as it began. The forces were unequal. The bout could have only lasted longer if Davis and his team had intentionally planned to practice certain tactical and technical actions in the middle and late rounds. But Gervonta didn't prolong the fight. In the first round, he overpowered his opponent. The champion established distance with his powerful left hand, checking the range to the target with straight punches several times. At the end of the first 3-minute rounds, Hugo found himself in the corner, and Davis landed a classic 1-2 combo. Right, left, and it finished with a powerful right hook around the opponent's left glove. This punch broke Ruiz's nose. Overcome by pain and the abundance of blood, the challenger dropped to one knee. He got up but was not ready to continue, and so the referee stopped the fight. Number 6. Gervonta Davis versus Yuriorkis Gamboa. In 2019, the Tank announced his move to the lightweight division. This time, though, his opponent was the experienced Yuriorkis Gamboa. The Cuban had previously been a world champ in the lightweight, featherweight, and super featherweight divisions under the WBA, WBO, IBF, and WBA Super Orgs. He came into the fight against Gervonta on a 4-winning streak. However, the 38-year-old veteran was noticeably outmatched by the Tank in terms of power and speed. The aging Cuban faced a tough challenge from the first minutes of the fight. After catching almost everything thrown his way, in the third and second rounds, he was already knocked down. Gamboa's will to win and resilience were definitely admirable. For the rest of the fight, though, Yuriorkis was merely surviving, focused solely on avoiding an early defeat. From the midpoint onwards, Yuriorkis repeatedly clinched with Davis from a distance. However, in the 8th round, Davis blocked one of these attempts and sent the veteran into another knockdown with a precise punch. Yet, even after that, Gamboa continued to stand on his feet. Still, he couldn't make it to the final bell, because in the 12th round, the Tank unleashed a sharp left uppercut. Gamboa fell to the ground again. After the 4th knockdown, he was unable to get up. Davis claimed another title, demonstrating to everyone that he embodies the sheer brute force that can be found in the lightweight division.
I believe that I'm the top dog at 35-30. I'm a fighter, and I believe that I have the best team in the sport of boxing. So they do their job outside the ring. I'm a fighter, like I said before. Ain't no safety on this Glock, so I'm ready for them all.
Number 7. Gervonta Davis versus Mario Barrios. After his successful debut in the lightweight div, the Tank made one successful title defense against Leo Santa Cruz. Encouraged by this success, Davis became so confident that he didn't shy away from a fight in an even higher category. This time, Gervonta was set to fight Mario Barrios for the WBA regular world title in the super lightweight division. At the start of the match, Barrios created certain problems for Davis. He was just 10 centimeters taller than the Tank, which helped him keep his opponent at a distance. In some instances, it became worrisome for Gervonta. Barrios pinned him against the ropes 3 times and began unloading punches. However, the bigger boxer couldn't knock down the former lightweight. On the other hand, after a series of tough moments, Davis gathered himself and showed Mario his punch and power. Barrios was knocked down twice in the second half of the fight. After this, the momentum shifted sharply in Gervonta's favor. In the 11th round, the Tank delivered a left hook, condemning Mario to an early defeat. Davis became a world champ in his 3rd division. However, he decided to focus his efforts on the lightweight division and subsequently had to vacate the WBA title. Number 8. Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. Tank Davis, already an insanely popular young fighter, delivered an impressive performance in his PPV debut, likely cementing his status as one of the future faces of boxing, I would say. Power sells, and few possess power like Davis, making him one of the most popular boxers. More than 9,000 socially distanced fans gathered at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio to watch the Santa Cruz-Davis fight, the first major fight with paid fans since the COVID-19 demic halted event in March. Santa Cruz bravely withstood Davis's brutal punches, fighting back with an intense match from start to finish.